Sensei Craig, coming at you from the Samurai Virtual Dojo. Welcome back. Tips Tuesday today, so coming at you with some helpful tips each Tuesday to help you improve an element of your karate. Today, focusing on Mawashi geri. Bit of flexibility to improve your Mawashi geri, as well as really great little drill from the world of ballet again to improve your balance. So stick around and check it out. Aha! Okay, now while I was running, tube came off. Sorry about that. Pop that back on. Alright, so what you might like to do is stand against a wall, or a pole, or grab a chair or something like that. So foot back into that Mawashi geri position. Now from here, what I'm going to do is just bring that knee up low to begin with, and then use the tube to pull my foot back. Now from here, I want to keep my body nice and aligned. We don't want this with our Mawashi geri. We don't want to be kicking with our body bent in the middle like this, our bum sticking out. Okay, we want our pelvic floor pushed through and our knee pulling back. So from here, I'm going to grab the tube with this hand and I'm going to pull through, and I can actually feel that stretching that way. Alright, from there, I'm going to grab it with that hand and pull it around. I know it seems a little excessive, but just trying to find a way to stretch on my own, you know. Oh, that's good. Okay, so as you can see, I'm getting this nice arch through the body. Alright, so being an isometric stretch, probably best to do that for about 10 to 20 seconds. However, if you want to do it for longer than that, that's fine. Okay, moving right along with our Mawashi geri improvement. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set that Mawashi geri basic position up again. So back foot, sorry, I should say support foot. Probably better to call it support foot, more accurate. Okay, support foot pointing back at 45 degrees. From this position here, I'm actually going to transfer quite a lot, probably most, if not all, of my weight to that support foot. I'll show you that from this angle, if you like. Keep forgetting that I'm recording today on a 360 degree camera. I could have just asked you to pan around, but anyway, I've already turned. Alright, so that puts at 45 degrees. As you can see, you don't need to pan your camera now. From here, I'm transferring 95, 96, 97% of my weight. I've just got this big toe touching down here. Alright, this is really important. Okay, so I'll turn back to here, and in future you can pan around. Alright, so from this position here, I'm going to tighten my glutes like we did when we were stretching, and we're just going to lift the knee and pull the foot back just a little bit, not into a high kicking position. Make sure your hands are up for balance, and also with your head, keep it still. Move your head, and you're going to struggle for balance. So it's a good idea to choose something to stare at, to keep your head still. So from this position here, hands up, what I'm going to do is tighten and push through my pelvis that way, like we did when we were stretching, and tighten my glutes. And honestly, when I'm doing this in a warm-up with novices, or more advanced students, we'll probably do this 20 times each side. So we'll go 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay, so after we've done this, we don't release back this way. We just come back to a relaxed position. So squeeze through and back. See how by doing that, I'm creating that arch that I need for the Mawashi geri. Okay, so I'd recommend doing anywhere between 10, 20, 30 of this particular exercise. Alright, so when you've done that, come back, I'll show you the next bit. Alright, so you've completed your pelvic floor push through exercise there, which is really good for your glutes as well. Okay, what's next? Well, next is lifting the knees. So you might like to get that chair back again, or be standing against the wall, holding on to something for this particular one. Okay, in the dojo quite often I get my novices and beginner students to actually work with a partner, and they hold hands. Okay, from this position here now, we're going to squeeze, and lift the knee, and down. Now the longer you can lift the knee for, the better. So obviously I'm a bit out of practice, naughty sensei. Okay, so squeeze and lift the knee. Squeeze and lift the knee. Squeeze and lift, there we go. Squeeze and lift the knee. Notice how I'm arching as I lift the knee. Squeeze and lift the knee. Squeeze and lift the knee. Now, with my back, what I'm doing is I'm pulling my shoulder blades together. Okay, so that also helps my body get that arching feeling. Watch. Squeeze through. Okay. Squeeze. The position is not ideally Mawashi area at the moment, but it's a great stretch and it's good for this part of your body here. So squeeze and back. Squeeze through and back. One more. Squeeze through and back. Excellent. Again, set up on the other side. Here, other leg, so transfer your weight across, hands up, squeeze and back. Squeeze and back. Squeeze and back. And do 10, 20, 30 each side. Excellent. All right, so we've done our stretch. We've done our glute or our pelvic floor push through. We've done that lifting the knee and squeezing. Are we ready to kick yet? Well, it's not that we're not ready to kick. It's not that we're ready to kick. This is a Mawashi geri tips training session. So we don't actually need to kick at any stage, but we'll probably throw a few kicks at the end. Okay, so what do I like to do next? Next is a bit of a rotation exercise. So when we throw a rear leg Mawashi geri, this foot, this support foot, needs to turn to that position there. So, those of you adept math students out there, if that's 0, it's a 90-degree turn plus another 45. It's a 135-degree turn. So, in terms of performance, who's really good at turns like that? That's it. Dancers, ballet dancers, etc. So we're going to do a little ballet exercise here so that we can get a little bit more rotation, a little bit more balance like they do. So it all comes from the core like we practiced before. So when we rotate that way, it's very much like pirouetting. So I'm going to pop my back foot at that angle there, my support foot. Come through here. All right. Now, as I lift and squeeze, okay, from here, I'm just going to turn another 45 degrees to this angle here, and I'm going to lift my knee now in that direction. Then I'm going to turn my support foot another 45 degrees. So it's pointing that way now, and I'm going to squeeze this way. 45 degrees, squeeze. 45 degrees. We call this a clock drill. Oh, balance. Here, squeeze. 45 degrees, this way, squeeze. 45 degrees, squeeze. 45 degrees, back to the start, squeeze. There we go, so complete that clock drill. On the other side of the body as well, so other support foot. You'll find that it's harder to turn if your weight's on your heel. So you want your weight more over, you see that little gap under my foot there? Okay, now when I squeeze here, you'll notice it's easier to turn. And that's the next stage of the clock drill. So from here, instead of turn, then lift, you're going to lift, squeeze, and turn. That's the tricky part. Okay, so from here, this is also the part where, yeah, it's very hard to be hanging onto a wall or something like that. You've kind of got to let go of those props now. Alright, so from here, we're going to squeeze, get on the ball of the foot, and rotate that 45 degrees. Here we go. Oh, not bad, I guess. Alright, squeeze and turn. Alright, didn't quite get far enough around there. Alright, weight back, ball of the foot. Oh, squeeze, weight back a little bit there. Anyway, it's a matter of practice, guys, discipline. Squeeze, feel free to follow me around with the camera if you like. Oh, that was a slightly better one. Squeeze it. Oh, all right. That's a good drill, that one. So, what's this all about? Sensei Craig. You know, when I do Mawashi geri, I'm not rotating 45 degrees. It's not 135. It is, but we're starting with these small increments to teach us that concept of pivoting on our foot while our leg is in the air, thinking about, you know, pirouette. So you notice when I turn, my core tucks in. So if I stay down and I turn, okay, I can, but I ground and run out of momentum really quickly. Watch. That way. So I want my core to be pushing through, and as you can see, it's more freedom of movement. So that from here, eventually, we're going to turn. You see that arch, that lift into that Mawashi geri, and I get that very nice action that way. Anyway, there you go. So there's some tips on Mawashi geri for flexibility, core strength, arch in the technique, which will eventually lead to more of a whipping, snapping action on your kick, and also a little bit of work on balance and turning. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and subscribe, like, and we'll keep bringing you more content. Thank you to all of you that have been subscribing lately. We're having a great time producing this content, and see you soon in the Samurai Virtual Dojo. Awesome.